Namaste and welcome to Tradevi Chamunda Mandir in Denver, Colorado. This is Yamajit. Very glad that you're joining me for this presentation. And I especially welcome anybody who is here via the link in my upcoming book, Kali Meditation, Book 4, Daily Practices Based on the Lineage of Kriya Yoga. So this is going to be a demonstration of the practices in chapter 3 of this book, the preparation exercises for Kriya Yoga. And this is going to be a special adapted form using a chair. So the original practices described in the book are using a yoga mat. That doesn't necessarily speak to everybody's body. So instead, pardon my head getting cut off, I'm going to show the adaptations that can be done from a chair, like a regular kitchen chair or a folding chair. So if sitting on a mat for meditation, doing some simple yogic exercises is just something that just doesn't work for your body, you can still do these practices using a chair. So let's begin by going into easy pose or simple sitting pose, Siddhasana, the chair variation. So you're going to want to find a position where your back is straight, roll the shoulders back so to open the chest, so to bring in a full breath, resting your hands on your lap. Your feet are resting comfortably upon the floor. And there's some additional adaptations that you can do. If your feet don't quite touch the floor, you can have a cushion under your feet, or even something like a book will work to help your feet touch the floor. Likewise, when you're sitting in your chair, and if your knees are coming up to here, you can add a cushion or some other surface to the top of the chair in order to make your seated position more comfortable. Before we actually go into the exercises, I should do a very brief legal disclaimer. So this presentation is for educational purposes only. It is not here for in order to diagnose or treat any kind of illness. If you do have any kind of ongoing physical issues, it's always recommended that you speak to your healthcare professional before undergoing any kind of exercise program. And also Tridevi Chamunda Mandir, Yamajit, John Hollinsby Mayer, or YouTube or Amazon Kindle cannot be held responsible for any injuries or damages incurred as a result of the practices contained in this video. Anyway, going back to our simple seated posture. The basis of all yogic meditation is the breath. And so we're going to start out by simply breathing. I invite you to close your eyes, breathing slowly and deeply. Completely filling and emptying the lungs. When engaged in yogic breath, it helps to imagine yourself being like a glass of water. When a glass of water fills, it fills from the bottom to the top. So as we inhale, we are opening the belly, then opening the chest and raising the shoulders. And then when a glass empties, it empties from the top down. So shoulders coming down, chest coming in, and finally belly toward the spine on the exhale. So inhaling, belly, chest. Exhaling, chest and belly. Let's just do a few rounds of this very basic breath. Generally, we're breathing in and out through the nose. Another variation is to inhale through the nose, exhaling through the mouth, slightly pursed lips. Whatever is most comfortable for you. And at this point, I invite you to bring the palms of your hands together at your heart center. And we'll open our practice by chanting the simple syllable Om 3 times. So inhale. Inhale and exhale. Slowly open your eyes, bringing your hands down to your lap, resuming simple sitting. Another variation for your hand position can be to do equanimity mudra, which is placing one hand over the other as you breathe and as you meditate. So this is something you might experiment with and see how comfortable that is for you. But we're continuing in our practice, breathing slowly and deeply. And at this point, just noticing the subtle movements of the body as we breathe. Noticing perhaps a slight rocking motion with our breath. And letting that rocking motion intensify, purposely increasing that forward and backward rocking motion. And letting this bring us into a variation of yogic dance known as Tandava Kriya, which can also be done from a seated position. So maybe it will naturally go into more of a circular rocking, turning in one direction, making circles, gently massaging the organs of the abdomen. It doesn't necessarily matter which direction that you're going. And maybe this goes into just some natural flexing of the spine as well. Not just forwards and backwards, but back and forth as well as you breathe. And then as it feels ready, raising the arms. And just moving the arms and the hands and the fingers and the shoulders. Just in a natural way that feels right, in harmony with your breath. Tandava is the cosmic dance of Lord Shiva. And so as part of this exercise, we are purposely moving every joint, our spine, our neck, our shoulders, our hands, in harmony with the inhalation and exhalation, the expansion and contraction of the chest, the spine moving forward, the spine moving backwards, flexing laterally, including twisting motions as well, moving the spine in every way. And even from a sitting position, you can flex the feet, move the ankles, move the knees, move the hips. But just freeing the joints, moving energy throughout the body. Letting go of blockages, letting go of physical armoring. Just moving in any way that's comfortable without any kind of judgments. And then you'll reach a point where the movements become slower, more gentle. Bringing the energy back to its points of origin. And slowly returning the hands to your lap. Continuing the spinal movements for a while and the neck movements. And eventually coming back to center. Coming back to the core. And returning to just the movement of the breath. And resting for a moment in stillness and silence. Just feeling the effects of the practice. Maybe noticing an increase in heat from these movements. And so This is a very tantric form of physical yoga. In his encyclopedic work, Tantra Loka, or Light on the Tantras, the sage Abhinavagupta, who lived in Kashmir 1,000 years ago, described this form of yoga, this tantric form of yoga, as being different from the type of yoga that might have been described in Patanjali's Yoga Sutras, which go back about 2 millennia ago. And again, this form of yoga just being very free form, very dance-like. The 20th century Kriya yogi Ganesh Baba had his students doing very similar exercises to this, which he called limb limbering. This is just a wonderful way to begin your practice. And it can be a practice unto itself, feeling yourself in harmony with the cycles and the dance of the cosmos. So we're now going to move from this very simple asana practice to a pranayama, or a yogic breath practice. And this is going to be nadi shodhana, or alternate nostril breathing. We're going to be opening the right and left energy channels of the body. Ida Nadi and Pingala Nadi, the solar and lunar channels, moving energy through those 2 channels, the more dynamic and the more receptive channels. So I invite you to bring your peace fingers to your third eye. Honoring Ida Nadi on the left and Pingala Nadi on the right. Bringing your thumb against your right nostril. And we're going to inhale slowly through the left nostril. And then using our ring finger to block the left nostril, and we're going to exhale and then inhale through the right. And again, blocking the right nostril and exhaling and inhaling through the left. Then we're going to do about 10 rounds on each side. So one more exhalation and inhalation through the right. Blocking the right. One last exhalation through the left. Slowly bringing your right hand back down to your lap. Just taking a few normal breaths. Feeling the effects of that practice. So again, cleansing the energy channels or nadis and balancing the dynamic and receptive energies of ourselves. So now we're going to move to a physical yogic practice. I'm going to turn my chair to the side for this. And we're going to do some rounds of cat-cow. So again, we're going to be flexing the spine forward and backwards in harmony with our breath. So with your hands on your knees, your feet comfortably on the floor, we're going to inhale, leaning forward, bringing the chin and the chest forward. And then exhaling, flexing the spine, bringing the chin to the chest. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. Inhaling forward. Exhaling back. And let's do 7 more rounds. And then inhaling, coming back to neutral. And again, just taking some normal breaths and feeling the effects of the practice. And again, this is wonderful for just warming up the spine, moving energy through the body. If you're feeling tired, this is very energizing. And so we're going to move now to another pranayama, another breath practice. And this is one that I just want to talk a little bit about some contraindications for this. We're going to be doing Bhastrika or bellows breath. And this is one that I would recommend avoiding if you're pregnant, if you have heart problems, stomach ulcers, hiatal hernia. This particular exercise can also aggravate panic disorders. Again, this is a good one to maybe talk to your physician about before doing as a regular practice. So if you're watching this and you're having some of these issues, I would recommend just sitting this one out, just doing some long, slow, deep yogic breathing. But we're going to sit up straight. Again, feet flat on the floor, hands on our lap. We're going to take an inhalation And then we're going to contract the abdomen to bring the breath out through our nose, and then just let the abdomen relax to draw the breath back in, and then tighten and release and relax in, kind of like how a bulb syringe draws in water. And we're going to do about 20 rounds of this. This is an exercise you can increase up to 50 rounds if it is comfortable for you. And then relax the abdomen. Let the breath return to normal. And again, just take some normal breaths and feel the effects of the practice. This is another very energizing exercise if you're feeling tired, maybe wrung out through the day. If your moods are kind of low, it can boost your moods. Great for increasing blood circulation as well. So the next exercise we're going to do is really a universal preparation exercise for really all the different branches of Kriya Yoga, really going back to when Lahiri Mashaya was first teaching Kriya Yoga, from the 1860s to the 1890s. And this is called Mahamudra, or Great Seal. It's also known as head to knee pose, or Janu Shirshasana. And there's a couple of ways to do this adapted to the chair. One is to have another chair in front of you. So we're going to start on the right side. So we're going to bring up the right leg. And an additional prop you might want to have with you is a yoga strap or a belt or a strip of cloth that you can use to place around your foot and use that to pull your body forward gently. Something to keep in mind as you do this is to not overdo the stretch. Listen to your body, listen to your breath, and go just forward enough so you get this nice stretch on the back of the leg while the back is straight and you're hinging at the hips coming forward. This is a wonderful exercise for both preventing sciatica. It stretches the sciatic nerve, and it's also a wonderful exercise if you have sciatica, for keeping it from getting any worse and even improving itself. This is one I was doing fairly regularly about a year ago, and I was having some bouts of sciatica, and it cleared the condition up quite nicely for me. So one of the purposes of Mahamudra is to bring awareness of the central channel, or Sushumna Nadi. So we were doing alternate nostril breathing for the right and left channels. This will help us to bring awareness to the central channel, which of course during our main Kriya practice, we're going to be moving energy up and down that central channel. So I'm going to invite you to find that seated position with your right leg forward, toes pointing up toward the ceiling, hands resting comfortably in your lap. And take a moment and just focus on your spine and envision that central channel. Imagine it as a thin, white, silvery tube extending the length of your spinal column, your spinal cord, from the base of the spine to the crown of the head. Breathe deeply. And then with an inhalation, bring your arms overhead. Deep inhale, keeping the spine straight. Exhale, hinging partway with the hips. And then inhale back up. That was just a little warm up. And then inhale and exhale, hinging at the hips forward, keeping the back straight, letting the hands drop to a knee, to your shin, to your ankle, or to your foot. Breathing deeply. Again, keeping the spine as straight as possible. You can have a little bend to the knee as you do this. In fact, it's highly recommended, not locking the knee, keeping that at least a micro bend. Using your arms or your strap to pull yourself more forward to feel that nice stretch. Again, not overdoing it. Taking a few breaths. Coming deeper if body and breath allows for that. And then with an inhalation, coming back to neutral, taking some breaths, feeling the effects of that first part of the exercise. And then switching legs. So now straightening the left leg on the chair in front of you. The right foot is flat on the floor in front of you. You can position your strap if you're going to be using the strap. Again, taking some deep breaths with the back straight, envisioning that central channel. Inhale, raising the arms overhead. Exhale, hinging at the hip, coming part way. Inhaling back up. And then exhale, keeping the back straight, hinging at the hip further, letting the hands drop. Breathing. Coming deeper into the pose again, if body and breath allows. Five or six breaths is usually good. You can go as far as 10. And then inhale, coming back up. Resting for a moment, feeling the effects. And then bringing both feet in front of you on the chair. Keeping the back straight again. Envisioning that central channel running along your spine. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinging at the hip, coming forward a little bit. Inhaling back up. And then exhale, hinging at the hip, letting the hands drop, or again, using your strap. Spine as straight as you can, breathing. Engaging your arms to bring you deeper if that feels right to do. You can always bend the knees a little bit more if there's too much discomfort. Taking a few breaths, 5 or 6. And then coming back to neutral, taking some breaths. Feeling the effects of the practice. And then returning your feet to the floor. Resting again for a moment in simple sitting, Siddhasana. So I want to show you another version of this that can be done from a standing position. Just going to move the chair to the side for a moment. And again, pardon my head being cut off. But you can also straighten one leg, starting with the right. Rest the ankle on the chair. Keep a micro bend to the knee. You can interlock your fingers behind you. Inhale and exhale, hinge at the hip. Bringing your head towards your knee. You can also have a piece of furniture close to you to help support you, to help you balance. But you can get that same nice stretch doing this variation as well. So for any yogic exercise, there are always alternatives. There are always adaptations. Yoga is literally for every body. So our final exercise is chakra pranayama. We're going to be breathing while focusing our awareness on the different chakra points. And I'm also, as I talk you through this, I'm also going to help you in visualizing the tattva symbols for each of the chakras, and also the seed syllables, the single syllable mantras for each chakra. So once again, I invite you to come into simple sitting. Feet are flat, back is straight. Maybe roll the shoulders back to open the chest. And let's come back to our yogic breathing. Take a few deep clearing breaths, just letting go of everything we've experienced so far. Bringing our attention to the present moment. And so first, I invite you to bring your awareness down to the area of the base of the spine. You can also focus on the area of the perineum. Breathing into that area, focusing your attention like you're breathing in and out of that pelvic floor. If it helps, you can have your eyes closed. This can be an open eye or closed eye meditation. And I invite you to silently chant the seed syllable for the base chakra, also the earth element, which is Lam. So inhaling Lam, exhaling Lam. And you can also envision the tattva symbol for the earth element at your base chakra. Envisioning a heavy, dense golden cube. This is the symbol of the earth element. And then taking a deep and clearing breath, letting go of the earth element and the base chakra. And bringing your breath and awareness now to the lower part of the abdomen, the area right behind the pubic bone. This is the seat of the second chakra. Breathing in and breathing out while silently chanting the seed syllable for the second chakra and the water element, which is Vam. So inhaling Vam, exhaling Vam. Envisioning the tattva symbol for the water element, which is a silvery crescent moon. And you can even imagine the moon above in a dark sky, and its light being reflected in the waters of a still pool or ocean. And then taking another deep and clearing breath, letting go of that exercise, and now bringing your breath and awareness to the upper part of the abdomen, the area of the solar plexus, between the bottom of the breastbone and the navel. Breathing in and out of this area. The seed syllable for the inhalation and the exhalation is Ram. Inhaling Ram, exhaling Ram. We're also working with the fire element here. So his tattva symbol is a fiery red inverted triangle, which you can envision while breathing and silently chanting the mantra, inhaling Ram, exhaling Ram. And then taking a deep and clearing breath, letting go and bringing your breath and awareness now to your heart center, the heart chakra and the air element. Our seed syllable is Yam, inhaling Yam, exhaling Yam, and visualizing this tattva symbol for the air element, which is a bluish gray six-pointed star. And taking a deep and clearing breath, letting go of that part of the meditation and bringing your breath and awareness up now to the center of the throat chakra and the seat of the ether element, the element of space and spirit. Our seed syllable is Ham, breathing in Ham, breathing out Ham. And our tattva symbol is a bright white sphere. White, but made up of dots of every light, of every color imaginable. And taking a deep and clearing breath, letting go of the throat chakra and bringing your awareness now up to the center of your forehead, the third eye. And you can even turn your eyes slightly upward behind your closed eyes, looking upwards toward your third eye. Our mantra is Om, inhaling Om, exhaling Om, and visualizing either a golden circle of light, in the middle of which you may also notice a dark blue inverted triangle. No elements, just the seat of consciousness. And at this point, we're also going to incorporate another traditional Kriya preparation exercise. This is called Yoti Mudra, or Seal of Light. Slowly bring your arms up. Place your index finger and middle finger over your closed eyes. Bring the ring finger and little finger over by down by the mouth. You might apply a very slight pressure to your eyes. That'll intense the light effect that you see in your third eye region. And then just closing the flaps of your ears slightly with your thumbs. And we're going to inhale. And then the exhale, we're going to hum. This is called Brumri, or bumblebee breath. And we're going to do this 3 times. And just let that exhale with the hum just light up your third eye. Inhale. Inhale. One more inhalation. And a deep and clearing breath. Bringing your hands down to your lap. Feeling the effect of that exercise. And this is to help increase our awareness of the third eye center, which of course will be focusing our awareness during regular Kriya practice. And then bringing your awareness now to the top of your head, the crown center. No mantra, just silence. You're just breathing in and breathing out. But you can visualize at the crown of your head a white lotus flower of 1,000 petals that is opened up as you breathe in and out of your crown center, your crown chakra. So again, I invite you to envision your central channel, Sushumna Nadi. Imagine it again as this thin white tube running the length of your spine from your crown to your root. And feel the energies of our practice now descending slowly from the crown to your third eye, Agnya chakra. Now down to the throat, down to the heart, down to the solar plexus, to the lower abdomen, to the base of the spine, and the perineum. Letting any excess energies just go down into the earth, to the bottoms of your feet for her healing. And then slowly bringing the palms of your hands together at your heart center. Taking a moment to give gratitude to yourself for taking part in this practice and making the affirmation that you can do this again at any time, maybe even make this a part of your regular practice. And then slowly opening your eyes, keeping a relaxed gaze. And namaste. And thank you so very much for joining me. Blessings always. Jai Ma. So for that last exercise, we were focusing on each chakra for about 10 breaths. You can increase that. Also, in doing all 7 chakras, I would advise you to take a note of the different chakras, how it felt to focus on each one. Were there particular regions that were easy to focus on and others that were maybe more difficult? And if you feel blocked in a particular chakra region, you can simply do the same meditation, just focusing, bringing your breath and your attention on that area and letting your breath release any tension that it's there. And just be aware of anything that comes into your awareness as you do that. Maybe thoughts, maybe memories, maybe releases of physical tension or emotional tension. As you focus on that area. Another alternative to that exercise too is instead of intoning, that is chanting to yourself, the individual elemental mantras for each chakra, you can also experiment with just simply chanting to yourself Om at each chakra. This is something that another Kriya guru, Paramahamsa Yogananda, taught his students to do. And so I invite you to try either way, with the seed syllables or just with Om, and just find whatever works best for you. And then you're just wonderfully prepared to go into Kriya Yoga practice at that point. Or this can be your regular yoga practice as well. So again, please repeat this recording. Please try these exercises for yourself and find the variations that work for you. So again, I want to thank everybody, especially those of you who are reading my 4th book, for joining me in this. And again, thank you so very much. Blessings to you all. Namaste. Thank you again.